Care. Care's supposed to be down there right now.
All right. Hey, is there any way you could park like right there?
Mm-hmm.
You came over, no like so.
Gotcha.
Yep. Drop off.
Hi, my boy.
Alright.
What about sweatpants you like anyway?
Yeah, I was baby though. My daughter 4 now.
Yeah,
She tiny.
I just said 14. He said we ain't got that. Top and bottom. For the kids.
Stop flashing.
Thank you. Oh, these.
I'm trying to change in here. I could change in here.
Hell yeah. They said they don't know all the way. Hold on.
Albie, what up, Albie? What's up, my boy? Yo, that's crazy. We played part one of the together. We played for the Cowboys.
Louis Monster said Denver, Colorado wants to be.
Good to see you, bro. Congratulations. Man, it's good.
All right. Shakur. Hey, come on, let us get you over here, bro.
Should be good. It should be enough for all y'all.
He try to punch with you too, Manny, so give him some faith.
Yo, this EO.
Leave him alone, Dave! Hey, Dave, leave him alone! Find the right shots, Manson. You'll see it. Hands up, though. Yup. Got it.
If you don't think it's good with me, I'm crashing out.
I'm happy to be back at the Prudential Center. This is my home. I love it here. Hopefully, my next fight will be here. That's what I want. But I came here to support Lil Manny, and Lil Manny got the job done. Tough fight, close fight, but he pulled it through, and I'm just glad to be here to support him.
You and Tank ever linked?
Yeah, we sparred before.
Can we ever expect a fight?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's gonna be one of the biggest fights in the world.
No cap.
I feel like how they talking about Earl and Bud Crawford. I feel like me and Tank gonna be basically 2.0 of that.
Yeah.
Probably even bigger than that.
3 people in the world that I think that could beat Tank. That would be Devin, that would be Shakur, and Tank Davis himself.
You got the last one right. That's the only person that can beat me, Gervonta Davis. That's the only person. Them niggas cannot touch me at all. They all been in the ring with me. They all been in the ring, and I cracked both of them. I cracked both of them.
I feel you. I told you it's a 50-50 fight.
Ain't no 50-50 fight, nigga. How you gonna keep me off you and you ain't got no power?
I was also told that Devin got the best of you in the last sparring session.
And you know I sparred him twice.
That's right. If
Bill took him out the ring, I almost knocked him out in Floyd gym. Did they tell you that? Did they tell you that?
I don't know, but I ain't hear that.
Oh, okay. Tell to Devin and his dad to get out my dick. Tell him, be prepared. Because after these first 2 niggas, oh man, I'm coming straight at niggas.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? He'll have no offense. Everything is defense. What has Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
Fuck no. I ain't never been knocked down a day in my life. I ain't never really been like hurt in no fight. Like far as, cause people took when I said this wrong. Like I got hit with a body shot before that I felt. They could like if you want to call that hurt. But I'm talking about like somebody hit you in the chin with like people say you chinny and all that kind of stuff. You ain't got no chin. I never like felt nothing, no chin shot where I was buzzed or hurt or nothing like that in no fight that I had. So, and sparring, fight, anything. So nah.
How you think the one coming up with
I
Tank?
hope he don't fight Lamar actually. Like I hope he don't get in the ring with him again. Because at the end of the day, if he lose, it's just gonna look bad on the fight with me. So it's gonna look like somebody else already did it.
You want Tank to knock you out, yo?
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I didn't say like, yo, I want to fight Tank, and that's nice, but why do you want Tank to knock you out so bad? Like,
Look, that sound good. That sound real good, but she's too little.
When it comes to fierce rivalries in boxing, no matchup feels more heated or emotionally charged than the ongoing tension between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. This is a rivalry where two passionate fan bases constantly clash over who truly stands as the better fighter in today's landscape. Supporters of Tank and Shakur have built a strong reputation for going back and forth on social media, each side determined to present their favorite as the more skilled, dominant, and complete boxer. The rivalry has grown deeper over the years, becoming a major talking point not just among fans, but also within the boxing community itself, as analysts and experts continue to debate and break down who holds the real edge. Despite all the talk, arguments, and comparisons, the one thing still missing is an official fight date where both fighters can step into the ring, showcase their abilities, and settle the debate once and for all in front of the world. Unfortunately for both fan bases and boxing fans everywhere, it doesn't look like this fight will happen anytime soon unless both fighters push past the obstacles, come to terms, and seriously commit to making the matchup a reality.
I told y'all who I want to fight. I can't keep saying the same thing. I already told y'all who I want to fight. The best versus the best. That should be my next fight. I told y'all I'm a dog. I'm top level, elite level fighter. So let's make boxing great again. Let's put the best fighters in the ring with each other, and let's see who come out.
Over the past couple of years, we've developed a clearer sense of who might hold the edge in this anticipated matchup. Shakur Stevenson has climbed the ranks at an impressive pace, consistently taking on high-level opposition and proving his skill against difficult challenges. His win over William Zepeda marked a key moment in his career, elevating his status and showing he could handle serious pressure inside the ring. Then, in his bout with Teofimo Lopez, Shakur reached another level, gaining widespread recognition and cementing his place among the sport's elite fighters. He has continued to push for major fights, openly calling out Gervonta Davis and showing a clear willingness to take on the biggest challenges available. Shakur has made it known that he's ready for whatever comes next and is not backing down from the spotlight. In contrast, Tank's activity has slowed significantly, with long periods away from the ring and multiple legal issues affecting his momentum. He hasn't competed in over a year, leaving fans questioning his current form and focus. Meanwhile, promoter Eddie Hearn has dismissed the idea of Tank defeating Shakur at this stage, especially now that Shakur has achieved the distinction of becoming a 4-division world champion.
Promoter. What would the next step be for Tank?
I heard they were going to fight Jake Paul. When I see Jake Paul at the event and I see Jake Paul posting from the private jet with a picture of Gervonta Davis,
slapped it.
Yeah, but they had that for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like,
because you had to buy it, you had to get it made.
Yeah, but I can't believe that fight was going to happen. But anyway, crazy stuff's happening. Yeah, you got to rematch Lamont Roach. You got to. It'll probably get ordered. That's the reality by the New York State Athletic Commission. But listen, they may have got lucky because the only fight for Tank outside of after Lamont Roach was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right? Now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people, Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. You cannot say that Shakur Stevenson would not have beaten Tank last Saturday.
Yeah.
Regardless of who comes out on top, there's no denying that a clash between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson would be a huge event for the sport. Fan and Boxing recently shared a strong viewpoint on why Stevenson, in particular, needs this matchup at this stage of his career. He also offered direct advice to Tank, arguing that Davis should consider moving up to 140 pounds and start chasing the biggest names in that division, as he has already spent a significant amount of time competing at 135 pounds. Fannin further suggests that certain voices within the media are attempting to guide Stevenson away from a potential fight with Davis by encouraging him to jump to 147 pounds instead. According to him, this kind of consistent messaging reflects a pattern similar to the pressure once placed on Davis to move up in weight, a move he believes was driven more by the interests of influential figures behind the scenes than by what truly benefits the fighters themselves. He maintains that Stevenson, despite his skills and achievements, still operates as an undercard attraction in terms of overall star power, and that stepping into the ring with Davis represents his clearest opportunity to elevate his profile and become a major draw in boxing.
Gervonta needs to go to 140, 147. He's been at 135 too long. He's dominating everybody there. There's no challenges for you there. Come on and go up to 147 pounds. Like I said, that's a system. They are not these people are bought and paid for. We already know that. So the people that they support want Shakur Stevenson to go up to 147 to fight guys like Conor Benn, to fight guys like whoever at 147 pounds, right? But what will that make Shakur? Let's just be real. What does that make Shakur? That is going to make Shakur, basically, he's going to be stuck being an undercard fighter. Like he's been stuck being an undercard fighter. He didn't get any real momentum off of that fight with Teofimo Lopez. What did he get? He got a bunch of systematic press, people talking about the fight for about a week and how great he is. And after that, it went right back into nobody talking about Shakur, because Shakur Stevenson he's just not a big star, but he can be a big star if he fights somebody like Gervonta Davis. That's the ticket for him right there, is the fight between him and the guy that's the most popular guy in that weight class, or anybody below Canelo Alvarez, really. But, we live in this era where YouTube channels like The Boxing Voice, like Showbiz the Adult, like these other guys want to prescribe movements for fighters that really don't do anybody any good other than the backers.
Boxing Hall of Famer Tim Bradley shares a similar viewpoint when it comes to Shakur Stevenson and his career path. Bradley strongly pushes back against the idea of forcing Stevenson to move up to 147 pounds, pointing out that such a jump would already place him in his fourth weight division, which is a significant leap for any fighter. He points to Stevenson's recent dominance showing against Teofimo Lopez at 140 pounds as clear evidence of his elite-level ability, arguing that Stevenson has already proven himself without needing to rush into another division prematurely. Bradley believes Stevenson should first take on top-tier competition where he is currently comfortable, specifically mentioning fighters like Gary Antoine Russell or Dalton Smith as meaningful tests. He also stresses that Stevenson still has plenty of unfinished business at 130 and 135 pounds, highlighting potential matchups against Isaac Cruz or Raymond Maritala as fights that would further build his legacy. Bradley makes it clear that he would prefer to see Stevenson face these kinds of challenges and fully establish himself across those divisions before making a permanent move up to welterweight.
Stevenson, he can't seem to get a fighter to step in the ring with him after his performance with Teofimo Lopez. What do you make of that? What do you think's going on with Shakur?
There's fights out there for Shakur. There's fights out there for Shakur. Hell yeah, there's fights out there. We gotta fight him. We gotta go get him. That's it. Look, every fight ain't gotta be a damn home run. Every fight ain't gotta be not a home run, but every fight ain't gotta be like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Super Bowl,
like the Masters or Super Bowl. Every fight ain't gotta be like that, bro. You know what I mean?
Just stay busy, get better.
Well, you can stay busy and get better, but if you fighting the top guys in the division, that's all that we want to see. You know what I mean? So, like, if you're gonna stay at 140, we want to see you against that Russell guy. You know what I'm saying? We want to see you against Russell. We want to see you against Dalton Smith. We want to see you against that top echelon of that division. If you go to 35, we want to see you against the Muratayas of the world. You know what I'm saying? We
Aren't the biggest fights at 147 though? Ryan, Devin.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, but he's not a 147 pounder. He's not. He ain't say, oh, let me go test that 140. No, he said, I'm gonna go to 140 without no tune-ups, and I'm gonna face the best guy there. Right? And he faced Lopez, and he demolished him like nothing, right? So, like, now y'all want to force him to go up to 47 for what? That's his fourth weight class, dog. His fourth weight class. In a way, it's fourth weight champion too. In a way, ain't going up to 26 yet. In a way, we'll go up there. He handled his business this weekend or next weekend. I'm pretty sure he might go up to 126, right? So the same thing with Shakur. Eventually, Shakur will get there. But he got some fights that he can fight. At 130 and 135, shit, I wouldn't mind seeing a Cruz Shakur. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind.
Tim Bradley also weighed in on a potential showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis, making it clear that he views it as the biggest fight in boxing right now. Bradley emphasized the scale and appeal of the matchup, suggesting it has all the ingredients to become a major event that captures global attention. He openly called on Tank to step up and take the fight, stressing that this is exactly the kind of high-stakes, high-reward bout that defines legacies and excites fans. According to Bradley, a clash between Stevenson and Davis isn't just competitive, it's a true box office attraction capable of drawing massive numbers and delivering the kind of moment the sport needs.
At 140, that seems to be the biggest I want Gervonta Davis to step in the ring and face somebody, dog, already, bro. For real. He'll be back. Like, oh, I know he coming back, dog. But I'm just saying, like, fight Shakur, bro. Fight Shakur. That's all I'm saying, bro. Fight. We need these top guys out there, man. And that's it. Because you can say, oh, Shakur ain't fight nobody. Well, shit, if Shakur ain't fight nobody and Tank ain't fight nobody, why don't they fight each other? If that's how y'all want to put it, fight each other. Bro, that will probably be one of the biggest fights in boxing right now, bro. The biggest fight. Yeah. Box office, it will sell out like this, like that.
Coach Breadman also shared his perspective on this potential matchup, offering a striking take on how it might unfold between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. He holds Stevenson in very high regard, explaining that although the two fighters bring completely different styles into the ring, Stevenson's adaptability and deep-rooted confidence make him a serious threat to any opponent he faces. Breadman pointed to Stevenson's moments fighting off the ropes against William Zepeda as a sign of sharp instincts and composure under pressure, while also acknowledging that such an approach might not be wise against the kind of explosive power Davis possesses. He further stressed that both Stevenson and Davis operate with elite-level ring IQ, which would turn their matchup into a compelling battle of strategy, timing, and in-fight adjustments rather than just physical ability alone. In the end, Breadman expressed a clear hope that this fight comes together while both men are still at their peak, so the sport doesn't end up adding another frustrating what-if scenario to its long history of missed super fights.
When you see Shakur in all these different styles, do you look at him any different when it comes down to a Tank Davis fight now?
I think the Tank is a different style than Zepeda, but Shakur seems to want to take all the tough smoke. And I think really highly of him as a fighter. You know, he seems to, you can kind of get like the gut feeling that certain guys will fight anybody. And Shakur, even though he hasn't fought the huge names, I get the impression in my guts that he's willing to fight anybody. You know what I mean? He got real confident way about him. And he got the kind of style where you got to kind of adjust to him. So, you know, I don't think he's going to fight Tank the same way he fought Zepeda, but that's what makes Shakur special, is that he can win fights more than one different way. I always thought Shakur and Tank is a great fight, and I still do. But Shakur seems super confident that he could beat Tank. So the only way to figure that out is if they get in the ring. I think they both special, you know, and unfortunately they haven't fought yet, and they're around the same weight classes. So hopefully we get to see it before somebody loses bad or be past their prime, and then we got to wonder what would have happened if they fought on their best day. I just want to just see the fights. But sometimes, like when you ask a question like that, it's hard to say, because sometimes a fighter instincts let him know what he could do with certain guys and with certain guys he can't do. You know what I mean? It just, like Shakur might say, okay, I'm going to smell the Tank power. Or he might say, I'm going to box and I'm going to get on my jab and I'm going to move. I don't know how that works. You know, because his mind and his instincts will let him know what he think he could do. Like the Zepeda fight, I was hearing, they was like, get off the ropes. But he saw it in a way where he's like, I could be on the ropes and counterpunch this guy and get off. So we got to just see. And Tank is the same way. They both got super high IQ. So we got to see how they would deal with each other and what adjustments the corner would make and all that kind of stuff, and then come down the stretch and we just see. I really can't say how he would fight him. I don't think he would fight him like he would fight Shakur, but we don't know. You know what I mean? We don't really.
Amid all the expert debate over a potential winner in a showdown between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson, the Blue Blood Sports TV host delivered a blunt reality check for fans still hoping to see the fight materialize. He dismissed ongoing rumors that the bout is close to happening or that Davis is preparing a major offer for Stevenson, labeling those claims as completely misleading and far from the truth. According to him, Stevenson has already surpassed Davis from a technical standpoint, pointing to his accomplishments, including becoming a 4-division champion and a future first ballot Hall of Famer. He also argued that Premier Boxing Champions does not currently have financial power to put together a deal that would be impossible to refuse, suggesting that any serious funding would likely have to come from Turki Alshik. In the end, he maintained that Stevenson operates as a promotional free agent who no longer depends on Davis to elevate his career, while also noting that many fans have come to accept that the fight may never happen, largely because of the complex and challenging style matchup between the two fighters.
At these stages of their career, Shakur Stevenson has surpassed Gervonta Davis. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer right now. He is a 4-division legit champion and should be Olympic gold medalist. And His Excellency Turki Alshik has eliminated pay-per-view numbers being needed to pay fighters in A side, B side. He has eliminated that. So they can't make Shakur a massive offer he can't refuse. First of all, the PBC doesn't even have the budget to do so. And they need His Excellency Turki Alshik to put on events, as we see. Now, Top Rank is in trying to bring ESPN back into the picture so they could get back on the market. But they don't have a network. Shakur Stevenson's network promotional free agent, essentially. He works with Jay Prince, but he also has dealings with His Excellency Turki Alshik. He don't need Gervonta Davis. It's just the fight that we want to see. But these lies that Tank Davis is getting ready to make Shakur Stevenson an offer he can't refuse is just that, a lie. Where would he get the money to offer Shakur Stevenson an offer he can't refuse? It would have to come from Turki Alshik, His Excellency. And guess what? Tank ain't offering nothing. That means Turki Alshik would be making the offer to make the fight happen. So I don't know where this, I do know where these folk lords, these fake these just diabolical, the words I want to use, I can't use. But it ain't. Shakur Stevenson has essentially at this point in his career moved past Tank Davis. And the fans and the people have already accepted it ain't happening. They don't like the style match.
There remains a huge question mark over who would come out on top between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis, as both fighters are undeniably elite and currently operating in their prime years. While Tank's momentum has appeared to slow recently, a high-profile clash with Shakur could be exactly what he needs to reignite his career and remind everyone of his star power. Still, the outcome of such a fight is far from certain, which is exactly what makes it so intriguing for fans around the world. But what do you think about this potential matchup? Do you believe we'll finally see this blockbuster fight happen within the next year or two, or will it remain another missed opportunity in boxing history? And if it does happen, who do you see winning when these two step into the ring? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. That's all for today's video, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming content. Don't forget to share your opinions in the comments as well, and stay tuned because we'll catch you in the next one.